The thing is, when you have your quill now prepared, you've tempered the end, you've got your shaft open there, and you've taken the barbs off. I've actually also snipped the end off because that's now about 7.5 to 8 inches long, which is optimum length for working. You need to actually hold the feather in your hand. Now, if you're right-handed, you need to have feathers that are from the left wing, and that's because of the curvature of the bird's body, the way the wings actually fold around. For the saltire, we cut both because we do get left-handed people in the shows, and they need they need a right wing feather for that, so we have them kept separately. But here we are. If you put it in your hand, you will feel it's actually not round, it's oval. And if you put it in your fingers like that, you can feel, as you would if you were writing with it, where you need to cut the top. So there are safer ways of doing this. I'm afraid that I don't do it the safe way. So I actually have it like that, and then I turn the whole thing upside down so it's that way round. Now I'm going to make a curved cut from about there, which is about 1 inch, which is about 2.5 centimeters. And I'm going to go from that side, and I'm going to take it down to here. Now you have to be very, very careful. This is a surgical scalpel, and you really do need to be very careful using it because they are, as you can imagine, razor sharp. So I dig it in, okay, and I remove my finger out the way and I pull it, and you can actually do it that way round. I just control it better this way round. If I can find where I dug it in first. There. Now I'm taking it slowly, and now I just pull it. See, I've got it away from my body, and it takes quite a lot of force because these shafts are now quite hard. I don't know where that went, Fleur. It's all over your floor. I'm sorry. That has now exposed a little cellophane looking thing like that. This is the dried blood vessel. Now you want to get rid of that. I normally have a little crochet hook which I stick up there, but if I can't get rid of it, it'll snap. You see how it's done that? Well, I'm using a sharp scalpel, so that's snapped. What I want to do is I will now get rid of it by using the end of a paintbrush. Oh, this paintbrush is too big. Hang on, I've got another quill. Using the end of a quill, and you can actually just jam it up. What you don't want is you don't want it here. Once you start writing, if that gets ink on it, it will actually get the ink going down in lovely little spidery bits that you don't want. Okay, now to have ink flow, you need to have a slit. So we're going to put the slit in at this point. So I have a board, I have my scalpel, and I'm going to hold it like that. And I'm going to put the pen vertically in. And now I'm going to turn it that way, and I'm going to press. And you hear it click. That snap means that it's now got a slit in the middle. Okay. Now you need to put shoulders on. Now to get your shoulders even, make the indentation together. So you put your scalpel in very carefully now, and you dig it in, and then you pull. Okay. It's pulled on one side, now it's got to pull on the other. I can see that this slit is actually all spread, but I'll take care of that in a minute. All right, so we've got our shoulders. See that little feathery bit? We'll deal with that in a minute. Now I'm going to take this off. I don't want all this much. I want to actually have the quill about that long. Once again, you see how hard it is. It's gone absolutely ping right across the table. Okay, I'm going to have to put the slit back in again. Now, put it in now. All right. Before we start doing anything further to this, I'm going to get rid of the membrane. You see all this lot now? If you don't get rid of it at this stage, it can occur during your writing and it will make an absolute mess. So let's get rid of it. Okay, all the way around to get rid of that membrane. Now it's nice and clean. Make sure that you got all the little end bits off. Now you're going to refine this shape. Now it's going to depend on what you're writing, what size you make your quill. The quill will only write one size. If it says 4 pen nibs or 3 pen nibs or 5, whatever it is, your quill must fit the shape, the size. So I'm going to just take this down. I've got the slit so I can follow the line of the slit. What you want is to have it straight, because this is a curve and you want to get rid of that curve. So put it in, dig it in. Be very careful doing this. I'm doing it all slowly, and I'm holding it really tight, and I'm controlling when I pull that down. You see, I have not cut myself at all. I've controlled it. Now, can you see that the slit is actually slightly off center there? So I'm going to just take that a bit off more. Okay, now that is too long there. I'm going to take a little bit more off. Just check that. And now I'm going to pare the end. I'm just going to shave, especially the edges. I'm going to shave that so there's not so much thickness. So when I do very, very narrow, thin strokes, they'll be thinner than if I don't take that, if I don't pare it off. Now what I don't have is a bottle of ink to hand to test it. That's clever. Now you'll often find when you cut your quill that it doesn't want to write, and that normally the first thing you address is the slit, and the second thing is to just actually make sure that your edges are clean and all the cuts. Frequently it takes just the tiniest smidge of adjustment to make it right. Thank you, Yvonne, you're a star. Bit of paper now as well. See how well prepared I am. Marvellous. Oh dear. These are the feathers, of course, that you'll recognise from the kitchen. We're now in Fleur's kitchen, much tidier than mine. Okay, sorry, a bit of paper. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That'll do. That's 6 sheets. Perfect. All right, so in the ink, get rid of the excess. Always get rid of the excess ink. And now I'm just going to do a few letters. See, that's got a little bit of, it's wanting to split. So I'm going to take, what I'll do is I will take some of that end off and just take it back a little bit further until it doesn't do that. It's still a little bit too long, so I'm just going to take a bit more off. And for that I need paper towel to clean the end. And I'm just going to do exactly what I did before. I'm going to just take it back a little bit. Make sure there's no of that. It's much thicker now, so I'm just going to take some more off. Just a little touch. I mean, if you see how little I'm taking off, it's really a very, very small amount. And I'm going to just thin the end again. See, just little small movements. But can you see the little bits that are coming off? Okay, just test it again. Ah, now see, that's better. Now we're good. Now we're good. Now we're good. All right, so this quill is absolutely fine. Be happy with that. And this is how you do, see how many, it's called a ladder. So if I'm wanting to do with this, if I want to do that for half uncial, let's do a half uncial, let's do an N or an M. This is how you want it. Always get rid of the excess. There we go, I'm happy with that.